Aquarius, Aqua Mommies, Aqua Poppies, what's going on? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to bring you the April 2021 Silent Enemies reading. If you all are new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscription button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because I post every week for all placements. I don't just post for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node. I post for all your placements because all of them have a critical role in your life. Okay, your Mars is very important. Your Saturn is very important. So it's important that you look at your chart, understand where those placements are, and have a general understanding of how it affects your life so that you're able to understand you in the entirety, not just a portion of yourself, because that's never going to help you, especially if you're watching tarot for the purpose of, you know, trying to see patterns in what's going on in your world, maybe trying to ascend spiritually. You know, it's very important you understand you as a whole, okay? Disregard that message if you're just watching for, you know, entertainment purposes, because it won't apply. My channel is not really made for people who just want to watch for entertainment, but if you find it entertaining, enjoy it. This is for people who really are trying to figure out what's going on and want to implement, you know, tools and different things that they can do to make their life better. So one reading that I like to do is this one, which is the Silent Enemies reading. This is one that helps you to build on your intuition. The Silent Enemies reading deals with paying attention to intuitive nudges that you get from people who are closest to you, family, friends, lovers, co-workers, colleagues. You say, well, why people closest to you? Isn't that really negative? Well, it could be. But the thing is if you understand frequencies and the fact that you gravitate toward people that you are on the same frequency on, or the same frequency range, right? So because you two, when you get with a person, or when you connect with a person and you build a rapport with them, you two begin to understand each other's frequency. And you will also understand when that frequency is off. So if that person's a little off, you'll be able to sense that. And you can say, hey, is everything okay? And they'll say, oh, yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm just having a rough morning or a rough start. Or, yeah, you know, my mom's going through something. Or, you know, they may lie to you and say no. You know, and the concern is that you follow up with the intuitive nudge. You don't ignore it, because that's your God-given gift. And the more you use it, the more you pay attention to it, the more you know it's there. And the more you will be able to stop looking outside of yourself for answers for every little thing and start relying on your own intuitive guide, your higher self, okay? I'm going to put 3 cards out. These cards are going to represent energies that you may sense around you from people closest to you. I'll talk about these energies and when I get intuitively, and at that point you can decide if this is something that resonates with you. If it is, the link to the extended's in the box below. We're going to go a lot deeper, okay? If it's not, it's okay. It's not your reading. Check your other placements, or like I said, I post every week for you guys, so just, you know, check me next week. All right, so a family member, a friend, a lover, a colleague, a business partner, your landlord, your tenant, your kid's teacher. It could be anybody that you deal with on a regular basis, and you just, I don't know, the energy is off between you and this person, and there's got to be a reason why. And so investigating it will determine if it's something that, well, it's just them, they got an issue, or if it's them, they don't like you, and, you know, the worst case scenario stuff, which we don't like to deal with. But it's a reality. We need to deal with the realistic situation. Wouldn't you like to know, hey, I'm walking over to that house. That house has a poisonous gas leaking in it. Would you like to know that? Or would you just like to say, I don't want to deal with the negative. I'm just going to go in the house and see what's in the house. I'm just going to act like everything's all good. You know, it's like, I gave a poor example with the with the poison in the house, but wouldn't you rather, first of all, if you want to understand, and this is what your Mars is, this is why you need to watch your Mars placement, all right? So for some of you who are not dealing in reality and you don't have a backbone, or, you know, you don't have that capacity to, you know, deal with things when your back is up against the wall, understanding your Mars placement will help you to understand why you may feel that way. And it may help you to better understand who you are. But the thing is that you have to look at things in a situation where, okay, what am I going to do if my back is up against the wall? What do I do? How do I handle this situation? Because the reality is this is a cruel world. We're all here on a mission, and, you know, we've seen all the terrible things that could happen to people. So, you know, let's not pretend that this is, oh, you're being negative. I get that in the comments all the time. I would rather know, first of all, it's not a matter of if an enemy is coming to you or not. I rather know, okay, there's an enemy coming to me, and what do I need to know about this enemy? How does its heart beat? What does it like? What doesn't it like? So that I could figure out how to maneuver around this enemy. You would rather know about it, right? So then for you to know about it would be to acknowledge what's going on around you and to not turn a blind eye. I don't mean to talk you to death, but you're an air sign, you get it. We got 2 major arcana here, so there's 2 things that you definitely need to pay attention to, because we know major arcanas represent major changes in our life. So if you ignore some of these intuitive nudges you're getting, it could have a major effect on a major change in your life. So the first major arcana we have is the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, okay? This is energy of, are you rebelling? That's the first thing I think about with you, because you know you are ruled by Uranus, and it's all about rebellion. My Mars is in Aquarius, so I'm all down with you all day, okay? All day. So are you rebelling against the norms? I feel like that's what a lot of you are doing. You're rebelling against the traditional norms of society, or you're ready to rebel against it. Some of you, you know, you may be, the reason this is showing up as a silent enemy is because this is not meant for you to be in a in this environment. There's an environment that you're not meant to be in. How can I say this for you, Aquarius? The silent enemy is something that you don't see. It's around you, but you could sense it. You sense, I feel like, if this is about school, because the Hierophant can mean so many things. If this is about school, there could be some issues with you following the rules or following authority in reference to school. If this is about work, it's the same thing about work. If this is a humanitarian effort, maybe, you know, it could be a matter of organizing rules. Say you're trying to put together a 401. I'm sorry, not a 401. A not-for-profit. Yeah, I was going to say 403. That's what the profit is, 403c, right? But anyway, say you're trying to put together a not-for-profit and you're trying to come up with the rules that you need. You need to make sure that the rules are, well, you will, of course. Aquarius will make sure that the rules make sense. Some of you are rebelling against rules in your workplace environment and or your school environment or your religious environment or the organization that you belong to, because the rules don't make fucking sense. They don't make sense. But you do want to be careful that you're not so rebellious to the point where you're making yourself an outsider, is what I'm feeling here. This also represents family. So there could be some issues going on with your family, Aquarius, or in your family. The traditional roles that are played here, there could be somebody who's related to you who does not have your best interests at heart. Okay, so this is talking to me about family. If it's not about a coworker or a colleague, or if this is not about somebody in your organization, because some of you are in organizations as well, and it could be somebody in your organization who's got, you know, who's got an issue with you. Okay, this is like a united front, this Hierophant energy. It's like as a group, you're a united front, but within the group, there's issues. Okay, so family, if it's not family, it's the work environment. If it's not the work environment, it's the school environment. If it's not a school environment, it's an organization. Like say you play on a soccer team, or say you're a Mason, or say you are a Alpha Kappa Alpha, you know, whatever type of organization you're in, you got to watch out for the people around you. Somebody is on some other, you know what. Then we got the Two of Wands in reverse here, okay? With the Two of Wands, this is Aries energy. This is not moving forward. Okay, so this is showing up as a silent enemy because maybe you are in a position where I don't understand where you would be stuck not moving forward, because Aquarius is all about forward movement. But even you, I guess, that sometimes may hesitate due to the information you have or the lack of information before proceeding. But I feel like you not moving forward is an enemy for you. So perhaps it's a situation here where you want to, maybe these two are related, say they are, and say this is a situation where you are deciding that you're going to move away from this work environment. Okay, could be retirement, could be you found another position in another part of the company, could be that you're going to move someplace else and work someplace else, could be that you're going in on your own and doing your own entrepreneurial thing. Maybe you're just thinking about this right now. Okay, so this hidden energy could be you thinking about, yeah, I want to get out of here. I don't want to be here anymore because there's no forward movement. I feel like with Aries energy in reverse, things are not moving forward. okay, at all. So maybe you're feeling stifled in this group, in this organization, in this family dynamic, in this school, work environment. You may be feeling stifled. You may be feeling like you can't move forward. Okay. And I feel like that is definitely a concern for you when you feel like you can't move forward, especially as Aquarius energy, because your energy is about forward movement. So to be careful not to get stuck in an environment and get trapped in an environment and start feeling as if you don't have any options. I feel like this is what's going on here. You may feel like there's a lack of option here, whether it's in those any of those groups that I described here. What else am I getting with this Two of Wands besides things are just not moving forward? Somebody may well, that's my freezer is making ice. It makes this little funny noise before it spits the ice out. Forgive me. The Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm getting with the Two of Wands in reverse is showing up as a silent enemy for you. Is that somebody could be trying to stop your movement as well. You know, the Hierophant talks about forward movement as well and uniting and connecting. And maybe you're having a problem connecting with the people in the group or uniting the people in the group and you can't move forward. Okay, that is what I'm getting here. If that's somebody outside of yourself, externally, somebody could be trying to stop you from moving forward. If this is about you and what's going on internally, then this could be you being your worst enemy. Okay, but because this is not Leo showing up here, because your opposite polarity is Leo. So if Leo was showing up here, I would be like, you're in your shadow side, because you're Aquarius. But I don't see Leo showing up here, so I feel like this is all external to you, okay? Not internal. But for some of you, it could be. So take it how it resonates. And then the second major arcana we have showing up is the Wheel energy. This is Saturn energy, okay? I'm sorry, it's not Saturn. This is Sagittarius energy, the Wheel of Fortune. Actually, it's Jupiter. The planet of Jupiter, which is all about good luck, good fortune, taking risks. Yeah, I feel like some of you are stagnant here. Okay. You are, for whatever reason, you're not able to move forward because you're not taking risks. Okay. I feel like there's a cycle here that's going on that is not beneficial to you at all. Okay. Right now, with the wheel upright and showing up as a silent enemy's reading, if this is external to you, somebody could be trying to present something to you that might look like an opportunity, but you really need to double check it. Okay, it could be a situation where somebody could be trying to sabotage you with the two of Wands in reverse and keep you from moving forward. It could be somebody from any of these groups that I named. Okay, so they may say, hey, let's take an opportunity, let's take a risk, let's do this, or, let's go to the casino, or, it has something to do with a risk. It has something to do with new opportunity. It could also have something to do with traveling as well. But you do want to be careful with this energy if this is external to you. If this is internal to you, then there's a cycle here where you are able to benefit in some way, shape, or form. But it's something that is repetitive. And maybe it's this time of year, something comes around in reference to your family or something, like maybe it's a family reunion. Maybe this is the time for it. Or maybe this is a time where your group or your organization celebrates its anniversary. Or maybe this is a time where in school now you're wrapping up to graduate. Or with your work, this could be a cycle here where it's time for you to get out. I feel like now is a good time for you to get out, because I feel like whatever it is that you're doing, you could be stuck in. Repetitive cycles of not going anywhere is the problem here. It's like you keep doing something over and over and it doesn't get you anywhere. Some of you are taking uncalculated risks with this wheel, okay? Because that's all about taking risks as well with this Jupiterian energy. You may want to plan a little bit more. okay, before you actually take action. Put a plan in place. Maybe some of you are not putting a plan in place because you don't know what your options are, or you don't know what your options are, or you don't know the options that are available to you, or you may feel like the options you have are not good enough, because that could be the Two of Wands as well. It's like, okay, you want an apple or orange? It's like, no, I don't want neither. I want a mango. I didn't say apple or orange. You know what I'm saying? And so it could be that, where it's like, okay, I don't want either of these options. They suck. So I feel like some of you may be like, okay, well, I want to take a risk and go out on my own and do my own thing. Like I said, for some of you, you could be wanting to leave a job, okay, because this job is going nowhere. Some of you may want to leave a family dynamic because it's just the same bullshit over and over and over again, and the cycle is very damaging to you. The same thing with your organization that you could be in. It's just like it's a vicious cycle, and you guys don't get anywhere. You don't get anything done. You've come together for a humanitarian effort, and you never get to it because you could be squabbling amongst yourselves. It could be an issue of power and control. It could be an issue of, you know, finances when it comes to organizations and money. All right, but it's like there's a vicious cycle that's going on, and it's like you're not able to move. It could also be your way of thinking as well. You may have grown up in a certain type of thought process or tradition or culture or society, and it's like it's time for a change, but you're not willing to change with that, with the norms. I mean, to change with the times here. I don't strike that. That doesn't strike me at, well, you know what? Let me stop lying. Because Aquarius, you have opposite sides of Saturn. Like Saturn is all about letting you know, okay, now it's time to change. It's time to switch up. But you could have, how can I say it? The placements that you have with Saturn and Uranus could be so in which it's difficult for you to change. Because remember, air energy is fixed. So some of you, it could just be you. You're having a difficult time moving forward and coming out of a cycle to end something that's been going on that you've been comfortable with for a long time. Whether it's the bullshit that's been going on in your family, whether it's the bullshit that's been going on at your job, whether it's the bullshit that's been going on in your organization, whether it's the bullshit that's been going on in your religious organization, whether it's the bullshit that's been going on in your school, okay? Whether it's the bullshit that's been going on within your, your friends circle, because, Aquarius also deals with friends, like-minded energies, on a social tip. So yeah, I feel like there's a cycle here that you're ready to get off of, or the universe is telling you need to get off of it. You need to get off of this cycle. You need to change things up. Take a risk. Yeah. And I just feel real odd saying that about Aquarius, because all Aquariuses are not the same. Let me not say that. But like I said, I do know some Aquariuses who are super stubborn, and they're set in their ways. And as times change, it might be difficult for you guys to get with the program. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You are fixed energy. It's more difficult for you to change and to take a leap, and jump out there instead of making sure everything is safe and secure, because that's what Saturn is. Is it safe? Is it secure? You may want to tap more into your Uranus energy, okay, because Uranus is your primary ruler. Saturn is your secondary ruler. So some of you may need to tap more into the Uranus energy, that rebellious spirit, that unique, that individuality, that person who's like, you know what, I'm going to do what the fuck I want. I don't care what anybody says, that outlaw energy. You don't have to go to that extreme, but yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. So Aquarius, this is what I'm picking up for you as far as intuitive energies. What I'm going to do now, for those of you who are not familiar, is I'm going to clarify all of these cards in the extended. I'm going to pull like 4 of these mini tarot cards to get more information or more detail on it. I'll do that for each of these cards. I will also pull divine timing cards, which are cards I designed that have specific time frames. Like this one says April. So, you know, it'll maybe help you to tie things in a little bit better. If it doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. Just like with any reading, whatever information doesn't resonate, just leave it, right? And then what we'll do at the end as well is we'll get you some advice from Spirit, from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, okay? So if this resonated, please click the like button. Please let me know. If you want to leave a comment and let me know how it resonates, I love to read the comments, but please leave the comments too, just letting me know if it resonates, okay? It could be a situation that a friend or family of yours, member of yours is in. It doesn't have to be your direct situation, because you could be looking at this as Aquarius ascendant, where you're looking at this situation happen to somebody, okay? Or you could be the Aquarius sun sign, which you're the one who's being the aggressor in some way, shape, or form, or taking action. You could be the Aquarius moon, where you're the one who's receiving the energy that's, you know, the energy that's being, the action that's being taken. You could be on the receiving end of it, okay? So, you know, you could be in your Mars, where your back is up against the wall and now you have to act on something. You could be in your Saturn, where you're trying to learn a lesson from the situation. It could be any placement, basically. Jupiter, where, you know, maybe you're trying to touch with your higher self, listen to your intuition to see what you should be doing. Mercury, all about communication and how you communicate, verbal and nonverbal. All right, but we're going to go to the extended. The link's in the box below, so hopefully you will join. If not, I'll see you in the next reading. Deuces, Aquarius.